In a landmark meeting in Washington, U.S. President Donald Trump hosted Pakistan's Chief of Army Staff (COAS) Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir to discuss counterterrorism, trade, and regional stability, according to Pakistan's Inter-Services Public Relations (ISPR). The two-hour session, initially scheduled for 1 hour, marked the first-ever formal White House reception for a serving Pakistani military chief not holding political office or ruling under martial law. Held at the White House's Cabinet Room and Oval Office, the dialogue covered an expansive agenda including joint counterterrorism efforts, economic development, trade partnerships, and cooperation in areas such as artificial intelligence, energy, and cryptocurrency. President Trump praised Pakistan's role in de-escalating tensions with India, crediting both Field Marshal Munir and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi for avoiding a potential nuclear conflict. The talks also addressed the ongoing Iran-Israel hostilities, now entering their second week, emphasizing the urgent need for de-escalation. Field Marshal Munir invited U.S. President Trump to visit Pakistan officially, a gesture ISPR called reflective of warm bilateral ties. Furthermore, Pakistan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs strongly condemned Israel's strikes on Iran, labeling them a violation of international law and a threat to regional stability. Islamabad reiterated its unwavering support for Tehran, emphasized the need for diplomacy, and called for an immediate cessation of hostilities.
Pakistan strongly condemns unjustified and illegitimate aggression by Israel against the Islamic Republic of Iran. The Israeli military strikes violate the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Islamic Republic of Iran and clearly contravene the UN Charter and fundamental principles of international law. Iran has the right to self-defense under Article 51 of the UN Charter. Pakistan stands in resolute solidarity with the people of Iran and unequivocally denounce these blatant provocations which constitute a grave danger and a serious threat to the peace, security, and stability of the entire region and beyond, with serious implications.
The ministry also highlighted Pakistan's active role in evacuating its nationals from Iran and reaffirmed its commitment to regional peace amid growing Middle East tensions. Meanwhile, Pakistan has begun evacuating hundreds of its nationals from Iran and Iraq amid escalating conflict. Over 200 students returned through the Taftan border, while 268 more were flown in from Iraq. Israel's recent airstrikes on Iranian nuclear sites and Iran's retaliatory missile strikes on Israeli infrastructure have sharply intensified the regional crisis. Continues a controversial deportation campaign that has expelled over 1 million Afghan nationals since 2022. Many returnees, some born and raised in Pakistan, are now re-entering the country illegally, citing dire conditions under Taliban rule, including bans on girls' education and widespread poverty. Migrants report paying bribes and using informal networks to resettle in cities like Peshawar, where they face less police harassment than in other urban centers. In Islamabad, Pakistan's Supreme Court ruled that recent High Court judge transfers were constitutional, dismissing claims that the appointments violated judicial independence. However, a dissenting opinion from 2 justices called the transfers unlawful and warned they undermine judicial fairness and transparency. These developments underscore Pakistan's complex role in regional diplomacy, domestic migration challenges, and the evolving dynamics of its legal and political systems. On the economic front, Pakistan has received bids from 5 qualified parties, including major business groups and a military-owned firm, to acquire up to 100% of the debt-ridden Pakistan International Airlines (PIA), marking a key step in its first major privatization effort in nearly 2 decades. The move is seen as vital to fulfilling IMF conditions and reviving investor confidence.